Hey YouTube, I'm back. It's me, J-Rod, John Avenger. I'm about to do another video. Since it is the month of October and I haven't done a video for a while and it is the Halloween season, I'm going to do my top 10 favorite Godzilla movies. I know Rambaraf did this a long time ago, a couple of months ago. He did his top 10 favorites and least favorites. I'm just doing my top 10 favorites. I don't really have a top 10 worst because I only dislike a couple of them. First, I'm going to start with my honorable mentions. Some of these movies I don't have on DVD or VHS, so some of them you won't be seeing the covers for, the cover art. First, I got 7 honorable mentions. I have Godzilla vs. Gigan. I like that one, even though it has some problems with the pacing. Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster. I saw that one as a kid, so I really like that one. Just not in my favorites. Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. Yeah, I did like the 90s King Ghidorah movie. Yeah, the timeline is screwed up, but the visual effects and the action really help it, and I didn't hate it. Godzilla vs. Hedorah, aka Godzilla vs. the Smog Monster. I think that is unfortunate the director never got to do another movie again after that. He deserved to do another one because I thought it was a solid, Godzilla film. It was pretty dark for the 70s Godzilla films. Or actually the 60s, yeah. Late 60s. Anyway, next I got the remake of Godzilla from 1998. I thought it was a good remake. I don't think it's as bad as critics say. I don't love the film, but I do really enjoy it though. I saw it when I was a teenager and I really liked it on VHS, and I want to get it on DVD someday. I have it on VHS, but I couldn't find it. So there we go. And finally, Son of Godzilla. I thought it was a really, I saw it as a kid a lot. I thought it was cute. Fun Godzilla movie. Not my favorite, but definitely one that I really enjoy. Okay, here come my top 10. Number 10, the original Godzilla from 1954. I had the dubbed version for a long time, and I saw that, mostly the American version. I did see the Japanese version last year. I thought it really helped. It's a really dark Godzilla movie. It's the one that started it all, so I had to put it on my list. The black and white, it sets the tone for the film. It's very dark. Godzilla's destructive. He's not goofy in the film, and the acting is pretty good for back in the 50s. And it has atmosphere, and I think it's a really good Godzilla movie. Definitely the classic of the franchise, and it definitely got Godzilla started. Got him into the mainstream, and it followed from there. Okay. That's number 10. Number 9, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2. I have the VHS right here. Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2. A very solid sequel to the first Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. This Mechagodzilla looks cool. I like the original design better. This one was really cool because you had Godzilla versus this Mechagodzilla, and you had Rodan with a new look, and you also had Godzilla Jr., which was a really good practical effect. There's a lot going on in this film. This is the dubbed version because it's VHS, but either way, the action's really good. I see these movies for the action. I see it for the action and the monsters. That's my only goal. If the Godzilla reboot next year has a lot of good action and a lot of good Godzilla moments, the movie's won or is already a winner to me. I don't care how the acting is. But this one, really good sequel. I recommend it. I'm going to try to get it on DVD someday. Okay, number 8. I have one from my childhood. I know Rambaraf thought this was okay, but hey, this is my list. He had his own list. People out there, if you love kaiju films, do your own list of your favorite Godzilla movies. This is my favorite, so I'm going to show it. This is Terror of Mechagodzilla. I saw this one as a kid. I mostly based them on, my nostalgia, how much I've seen them as a kid, or if I watched them a lot as an adult and I really enjoyed it. This one I really do enjoy. It's two monsters against Godzilla, Titanosaurus and Mechagodzilla. I do love the girl in this movie. What's her name? Katsura. I think she's beautiful. I think she should have done other Godzilla films. The action's really good. Godzilla's entrance is badass. I thought that, it has a lot of nostalgic value for me. The destruction sequences are just as good. I think this is a worthy sequel to Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. It's better. The directing was good. The pace was fine. And I think it's really, really awesome. It's definitely one of the best Godzilla movies made. It definitely ended the first series with a bang, and there we go. Godzilla Terror Mechagodzilla. Okay, now number 7. I don't have this one on DVD. It's GMK, Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, All Our Monsters Attack. This was breathtaking. You had an undead Godzilla destroying everything in sight. You had Mothra and King Ghidorah there fighting him, and they had different designs. It looked really cool. The visual effects in these movies are they're spectacular. You know, really good practical effects for the most part. Toho knew what they were doing. Baragon's in the film in a small part. He does what he needs to do. The pace was really fast. I mean, now I know why Godzilla has his eyes like this. Because Godzilla is undead. He's basically a zombie Godzilla. And it's really cool. I thought it was really good. I want to get it on DVD someday. It was a really kick-ass Godzilla movie from the 2000s. Definitely a one that should not be ignored. It's definitely a worthy Godzilla movie in the franchise. I need to get it someday, man. It's just insanely good. Okay, number 6, King Kong versus Godzilla. I had a VHS of this, but I threw it away because it was, really in bad shape. Anyway, King Kong versus Godzilla, from the version that I saw, the fight scenes with the two of them are great. Yeah, King Kong does look like crap. His face is it looks like gray clay, but the fight is really good. Godzilla's a little chubby in the film, but he really destroys everything, and the fight is definitely worth it. It was Freddy versus Jason back in the 1960s. A huge hit for Toho. A very, very entertaining movie. Yeah, it has its moments. The humor is a lot of fun. I laughed a lot watching the movie. I thought the movie went at a fast pace when the two monsters meet each other. Godzilla's entrance coming out of the iceberg, it was pretty cool. And just an epic fight. Definitely one of the best spin-off monster battles ever. Okay, number 5 is Godzilla vs. Megalon. This was a lot of fun. I watched this as a kid on VHS, watching Megalon fight Godzilla, and also Jet Jaguar when he was flying through the air, and when he turns big and he looks like Ultraman. And the fight is just hilarious when it's Godzilla and Jet Jaguar against Megalon and Gigan. When Godzilla does that drop kick, it's just hilarious. I just laugh. It's so much fun. And when he does this, I think about that a lot. It makes me smile. It's a fun movie. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I think it's a really fun Godzilla movie. I want to get it on DVD someday. I had a bootleg, but I threw it away. So, there. Next, number 4. This one I thought was kick-ass. I saw this as an adult. I didn't see this as a kid because by the time it came out, I was like in my late teens. Awesome movie. Godzilla Final Wars. This is the Godzilla Monster Bash of a lifetime. There's a lot of action in this movie. From the moment it starts, when you see Manda and the soldiers going after him, you got that badass guy with the mustache that looks like Sergeant Slaughter. He's awesome. He's a great lead. American actor Don Fry, I think his name is. Yeah, Godzilla destroys monsters. Yeah, the battles are really quick, but he destroys everything in his way. The fight with Ghidorah at the end was pretty cool. The visual effects are fantastic. The way the mutant soldiers fly around and it's like the Matrix. It's cool. I think because the mutant soldiers look awesome, and when they have their weapons and they're shooting it's insane. It's a Godzilla movie on crack, and I'm glad that I got to see this. It was a great movie to end the franchise for a while, to put it on hold for the reboot coming out next year, and this is a great monster mash. I preferred this over Destroyer Monsters. I saw Destroyer Monsters, I liked it, but really the best part is the last 10 minutes. But this one was kick-ass. Definitely recommended. Okay, that's enough about Final Wars. Number 3 is Godzilla vs. Monster Zero, aka Invasion of Astro Monster. I grew up watching this as a kid. I love Nick Adams in this movie. May he rest in peace. I love the woman that plays Miss Namikawa. She's gorgeous. One of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in a Godzilla movie. Here's the back. Ghidorah, it's great to see him again as the villain. I love the sci-fi elements, with the aliens taking over the world. Godzilla and Rodan, when they appear, it's just a lot of fun. The fight on space was fantastic. I love watching this movie. I mean, it gives me a smile on my face. I watched this as a kid. I loved it. I watch it as an adult, and I still love it. I had this on DVD before, but it got scratched up, so I had to get another copy, and I'm so glad I did. I love this Godzilla movie. That's why it's in my top 3. Definitely a gem of its time. It took a long time to get to the U.S., but when it did, it was worth it, man. Invasion of Astro Monster is great. Okay, number 2. This is a Godzilla movie that I saw as a kid back in the 90s. I saw the dubbed versions because that was the only way to see them on TV back in the day. But I still love this movie. It's still one of the best Godzilla movies ever made. The commentary is kind of wacky, but I think it's fun. And I think it's really, really energetic. And I love the second half of the film is just amazing. I would have loved to have seen this in the theater. And that is Ghidorah, the three-headed monster. Awesome movie. I love this movie. I can watch it any time of the year, whether it be in Halloween or in the month of December or in January, whatever. It's just an awesome Godzilla movie. Just the way the fights are just fantastic. You know, Godzilla fighting Rodan and then Mothra going in. You know, the baby Mothra and Ghidorah when he makes his first appearance in the franchise. It's great. The actors do a serviceable job. You know, I recognize some of them. I like the plot with the princess. Yeah, it's kind of weak. It's not the best possible plot for the film, but it holds up very well for a 1964 film. It's better than a lot of the monster movies we got today. I think the fight at the end with Godzilla, Rodan, and Mothra against King Ghidorah is just one of the most classic scenes in monster movie history, man. I love this film, Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster. May it live on, and may people watch this film and give it a chance. If you haven't seen this, see it. You will not hate it. And here we go, my number one, my favorite Godzilla movie of all time. I've watched this as a kid. I love this movie. This movie is just, I love the fairies in it, and you guys probably know what it is. It's considered the best, and I think it is the best. And that is my number one, Mothra vs. Godzilla, aka Godzilla vs. the Thing, or Godzilla vs. Mothra. Love this movie. I watched this so much as a kid. Seeing Godzilla come out of the ground was just awesome, and it was moving like it was rubber. It just added to the charm. Mothra is such a classic monster. It's like a butterfly or a moth, a giant moth, and I love the fairies. They're so cute. Their songs, I didn't mind the songs. They hold a special place in my heart because I heard them as a young kid, and I don't even know Japanese or Mandarin or Malaysian or anything, but very cute. The fight at the end with Godzilla and the two Mothra babies, I just love it. I can watch this film anytime. It's just really iconic. I love this movie. The critics said it's one of the best in the series. It is the best in the series to me. Without this, we probably wouldn't have had such awesome Godzilla movies in the 1960s or in the 70s or in the 90s or in the 2000s. This one definitely set the bar very high after the original, and I love it for that. Love Godzilla vs. Mothra. You guys need to see this if you haven't. It's a great Godzilla movie. I hope the one in 2014 is just as good as this. I love it, man. Awesome movie. So that's my list of the top 10 my favorite Godzilla movies. If you agree or disagree, hey, that's cool. I mean, I love these movies. I watched them as a kid, so he's my favorite movie monster, and I'm glad I got to talk about him here in the month of October. So, see you guys. Bye.